Hi, I'm Sierra Morris and this is Chuck and the Chicks. In this video, I'll be talking about the benefits and challenges of having a mixed flock. When you're building your backyard flock, there are many details to consider. It's important to select chicken breeds that are suited for your intended purpose and that will thrive in the weather conditions in your area. People keep chickens for many different reasons, including eggs, meat, to have show birds, or as companionship animals. Chickens can serve multiple purposes. It's recommended to begin with a small flock at first to ensure you have adequate space before acquiring additional chickens. The more chickens you have, the more care, maintenance, and supplies that they'll require. Many backyard chicken owners have mixed flocks, meaning they have several different breeds and ages represented within one flock. There are benefits, challenges, and some recommended practices for mixed flocks of chickens. Benefits of having a mixed flock. Older generations of chickens will mentor younger generations. Older chickens will teach skills to the younger generations within your flock, including things like where to lay their eggs, where the best places to forage are, and where to hide from predators. Even once the height of their productivity is over, older hens can still be excellent mothers, as well as assist with protecting younger chicks. Older chickens can also continue to provide excellent service in the form of pest control, eating as many insects as they can in any area they have access to. As chickens age, they also generally become more docile and handleable. You can build a rainbow of egg colors with a mixed flock. Different breeds will lay different colors of eggs. It is one of the joys of backyard chicken keeping. Having a mixed flock that produces many colors of eggs is a simple form of endless joy and amazing quality ethical food. Different breeds of chicken are beautiful. Chickens come in every shape and size. From the colorful to the curious to the whimsical, humankind has designed many kinds of chicken breeds over the years to suit their preferences, purposes, and needs. There are hundreds of breeds to choose from to create your perfect flock. Challenges of having a mixed flock. Chickens will congregate in cliques based on their breed. You've heard the saying, birds of a feather flock together. It's quite literally true. In a mixed flock of varying breeds, chickens will form small subgroups based on their breeds and show a pronounced preference for chickens that are the same breed or look similar to them. This can result in increased pecking order skirmishes between groups, as well as any chicken without a corresponding partner of the same breed to be the subject of severe bullying from the rest of the flock. Within a mixed flock, baby chicks and additional members may require a longer integration time. Within a mixed flock, adding new members can be a form of significant stress for your chickens. Flocks organize themselves in a social structure called the pecking order. It's recommended when adding fully feathered chicks between 8 to 10 weeks of age, or when adding additional adult chickens, to use an integration pen. You can construct one with hardware cloth sides or adapt something like a dog pen for this purpose. The new chickens will need their own food, water, and grit inside their integration pen. Allowing the rest of the flock to meet the new chickens from behind the safety of the hardware cloth assists with the integration process. In a mixed flock, this process will likely take longer than if the chickens were all the same breed. Within our flock, it typically takes about 4 weeks to fully integrate new flock members, but the process may take more or less time depending upon your specific flock and your chicken facilities. I begin by allowing short windows of socialization with the flock, which are monitored, and increase the periods of time that they spend together gradually. The integration pen also serves as a protected area for new chickens to retreat to until they are fully accepted by the flock as a whole. Different breeds and ages require different accommodations. While cold hardy and dual-purpose breeds are often weather tolerant, many types of chickens like ornamental breeds, bantams, and aging chickens are more temperature sensitive and will require some additional considerations and care. Ornamental chickens, bantams, and aging chickens may require supplemental heat or additional cooling measures depending on the severity of weather in your region. Aging chickens are prone to conditions associated with growing older like arthritis, and in addition to their naturally waning productivity, they will require things like lowered perches, roosts, and ramps to utilize their environment. A chicken's ability to climb and agility will naturally decrease with age, as will their activity level. If you have a mixed flock, it will be important to develop your chicken infrastructure and space with the needs of your most fragile flock members in mind. The average lifespan of bantams is between 4 to 8 years, while larger breeds can live between 5 to 10 years and in special cases even longer. Your long-term flock management plan for your aging flock members is something to consider as you grow your flock. I have a whole video dedicated to forming your own long-term flock management plan, and I'll go ahead and include that in the description below. Recommended practices for keeping a mixed flock. It's recommended to keep at least 2 to 3 chickens of each breed in your flock. Having more than one of any breed represented in your flock can reduce bullying and helps ensure that each chicken within the flock has at least one companion within the pecking order. It's highly advised to never introduce just one singular chicken to your flock because this heightens the risk of bullying for the solo new flock member. This is especially true for crested breeds like the Polish chicken. Crested chickens have a visual impairment because of their lush feathers and can be subject to bullying from other flock members because they can unknowingly encroach on their space, as well as they're not able to defend themselves as well from attacks they don't see coming. An integration pen can be used to provide relief for severely bullied flock members and help with reintegration efforts by giving you more time and more options to include the ostracized flock member. And I'm certainly not saying it's impossible for a diverse flock with just one of a particular breed being represented to be successful. Certainly people have done it in particular situations. It's just the accepted recommended practice if you are going to have multiple breeds to have at least 2 to 3 of each particular kind of chicken represented within your flock so that they have that companionship built into the flock structure. Avoid unintentionally creating a clique within your flock by acquiring more of one kind of breed within your flock than others. If you plan to build a mixed flock, it's advised not to purchase a large group of any one breed within that mixed flock because this small subgroup can become extremely aggressive and may be resistant to incorporating with the rest of your flock. And just to clarify, what I mean by this is if you have a large group of a particular breed within your otherwise mixed flock, there increases the chances that that particular group is going to attempt to separate and form their own subflock, or at the very least, they're going to be very resistant to socially incorporating with the rest of the flock. So if you're going to have a mixed flock, to make sure that the various breeds are equally represented and you don't have like a large chunk of one breed. Intentionally and mindfully build your flock and limit the number of times you add or subtract flock members. Adding or subtracting new members to your flock is a significant form of stress and requires an adjustment period. This time period can be a longer adjustment period for mixed flocks. Rather than adding or subtracting new members without intention, limit flock changes as much as possible. The longer a flock is allowed to grow alongside each other unchanged, the more stable the pecking order will be. I am in no way saying don't grow your flock. I am in no way saying don't add to your flock. All that I'm saying here is that when you do expand your flock, to just do so in an intentional and planned way. Doing these kind of changes spontaneously or without a plan or equipment in place can just lead to troubles for you and your chickens down the road. Give your mixed flock maximum space, plenty of roosts and perches, and hiding areas. More space is always better when it comes to flocks of any kind. The bare minimum recommended space for standard-sized chickens is 4 square feet of coop space and 8 square feet of run space, and even these numbers have been expanded. Bantams will require approximately half of that. Larger, heavier breeds will require more space. Overcrowding is linked to things like aggression, lowered or total loss of productivity, feather pecking, diseases, and in extreme cases, even cannibalism. Provide your flock with as much space as you feasibly can. Create multiple levels of roosts and perches to alleviate overcrowding. Create hiding areas by arranging objects like straw bales or by leaning a pallet against a wall so less dominant flock members have spaces they can retreat to. Provide multiple food and water stations. With chickens of varying sizes, ages, and breeds and status, multiple food and water stations are essential to ensuring that all of your flock members have access to food and water. In extreme cases, less dominant flock members can be kept from eating and drinking entirely by more active members. Multiple food and water stations ensures less dominant flock members can eat and drink freely without harassment. When hanging food and water stations, try to aim for the level of the food access to coincide with the level of your chicken's back. Hang some stations lower for bantams and higher for larger flock members. Chickens appreciate options. Egg layers and meat chickens require different facilities. The nutritional and housing needs of meat chickens, and by meat chickens I mean broiler chickens who have been genetically created to grow fast for meat production, and egg-laying breeds are drastically different. If you would tend to keep both an egg-laying flock and a broiler flock to process for meat, they will require separate facilities. With thoughtfulness, intentionality, and a little bit of planning ahead, keeping a mixed backyard flock can be an amazing, beautiful, fun, and rewarding adventure for you, your chickens, and your family. I hope this information was a helpful starting point for your research regarding raising a happy and healthy mixed backyard flock. If you like to see videos about backyard chickens and homesteading, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I make new videos every week about backyard chickens and homesteading to make this information more accessible to everyone. To all of my current and long-term subscribers and all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for being here with me on the channel. You guys are helping me build an amazing online backyard chicken and homesteading community. I couldn't do it without each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. Lots of love from our coop to yours. See you next time.